Today, we are diving into a document that can make or break your project, the Product Requirements Document, or PRD. We're going to talk about how to stop just, filling out a template and start writing documents that actually create momentum and get your entire team on the same page.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about why so many PRDs just fall flat. Then we'll get into the secret mindset shift that really separates the great PMs from everyone else. After that, I'm going to give you 2 super powerful frameworks to structure your thinking. And the best part, we'll see how they plug directly into writing a document that actually gets things done.
All right, let's just get right to the heart of the issue. We've all seen them, right? Those documents that are supposed to create clarity, but instead they just create more questions, more confusion, and, more meetings. Why does this happen so often? Sound familiar? Yeah, if you've ever had that feeling, you are definitely not alone. It is the classic PM nightmare, that blinking cursor on a totally blank page with all the pressure of a new project just sitting on your shoulders. This is the exact pain point we are going to fix today. This really gets to the heart of it. On one side, you have your low leverage PRD. It's basically just a laundry list of features. It leaves your engineers and designers guessing why. And that, my friends, leads to endless churn and confusion. But a high leverage PRD, that's a whole different animal. It's a compelling strategy. It gets everyone rowing in the same direction and builds some serious momentum. Okay, this next part is maybe the single most important idea in this whole explainer. It's a fundamental shift in how you need to think about this. The best PMs know that the document itself, that's not the real work. It's just the final trophy you get for doing something much more important.
This quote just nails it. The PRD is simply an artifact, a physical result of the deep thinking, the tough conversations, and the hard choices that happen way before you even opened up Google Docs. The quality of your document is always a direct reflection of the quality of your thinking.
So here's the bottom line. Success isn't about finding some magical perfect template. It's about mastering the structured thinking that has to happen before the writing even begins. That is the real work of a product manager. So if the thinking is the real work, how do we actually, do it in a structured way? Well, let's start with a framework for breaking down literally any product problem you're going to face. Our first tool is the circles method, and it's so powerful because it's designed to fight that natural urge we all have to just jump straight to solutions. It forces you to pump the brakes, take a breath, and really truly understand the problem from every angle before you even start dreaming up a feature. And what's great about circles is how logical it is. It's a clear path. You start big by comprehending the situation, then you zoom in to identify the specific customer and report their needs. From there, you prioritize, you list out some possible solutions, you evaluate the trade-offs, and finally, you summarize a clear recommendation. It takes you from total chaos to a concrete plan. Okay, so circles is amazing for understanding the problem and coming up with ideas. But here's the thing about product management. It's all about making tough calls. We can't build everything. So which idea do we build first? For that, we're going to need another tool in our toolkit. And listen, this is so important. A PRD that tries to please everyone ends up pleasing no one. Your document gets its power from being focused, and that focus comes from you making and being able to defend hard choices. And to do that, you need a system. And a fantastic system for this is the RICE framework. It makes you grade every idea against 4 super critical things. First is reach. How many people are we actually going to hit with this? Next, impact. How much is this really going to move the needle for each person? Confidence. How sure are we about all of our estimates? And finally, effort. What's the actual cost to our team to get this built? This is how you move your decisions from, I think this is cool, to something you can actually defend with data. So look at what we've done. We've deconstructed the problem with circles. We've prioritized our best shot with RICE. We've done the hard thinking. Now and only now, are we ready to open that blank document and actually start writing? And look, a great PRD doesn't need to be a 50-page novel. It just needs to clearly and concisely answer these 5 questions. What are we building? Why are we building it? Who are we building it for? How are we going to do it? And when can we expect it to be done? That's it. Okay, get ready for the big aha moment. This is where we see how all that thinking we did up front makes filling out the document almost easy. This is where we connect all the dots. And here it is. It's actually this simple. All that work you did with the circles method, that perfectly fills out the why and the who sections of your PRD. And that hard prioritization work you did with rice, that tells you exactly what you're building and helps you figure out when it can be delivered. See, when you've done the thinking first, the document practically writes itself. We've covered a ton of ground, so let's bring it all home. Let's talk about a simple, actionable way you can start putting these ideas to work for you, like today. If you only remember one thing from our time together, please let it be this. The template is just a box. The real value, the real magic, is the structured, critical thinking you pour into that box. Put your energy there, and I promise you the rest will follow. So here's my challenge to you. You don't need to wait for some massive new project to try this out. This week, just find one small decision, one little feature request, one user problem, and try running it through either circles or rice. Just start there. Start small, build that muscle, and you'll be writing killer, high-leverage documents before you know it.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like.